Right, we're nearly good to go. So I'll just check my camera. Oh, that's it.
What's the phone time? Oh, hello. Yep.
Right. Bear with me. So I mute all now. Speak to you later. Okay. Mullion Cove with Liz's Shed. Quick sketch. Right, so we've got the hill come down. The shed is almost half, between a third and a halfway across.
I see you, but Tony, I've got Linda Holsworth on. I've just got a picture
Oh,
of
I'm
Linda.
sorry.
That's
Yeah.
better, thank you.
Well, hi.
Yeah, but she's not muted, that's the problem.
We don't.
Yeah, I think it cut out, that's why.
Okay, I've got you.
Oh, better.
Yeah, we don't normally have this, but you're right to say something, because I'm looking at my I switched to another screen, you see, where the subject is, so I'm not attentive. So I'm just getting the shed looking right. Little house, I should call it.
The shed.
I don't know what the origin of it was. Probably some harbour master's dwelling, do you think? Just like you used to get a lock keeper's dwellings. Here's his little bolt hole. A bit of smuggling in there. I think I'll bring the water in a little bit closer later in the day. And we might bring a little bit of colour into the shingles here. There's quite a lot of lovely colours in this thing. You don't need to get every detail on the drawing.
Keep talking.
Sorry.
You're not showing. Yeah. So I suppose I should keep talking for the sake of the video. So I've done all the drawing I need to do. I'm just waiting now. I can see that others are still drawing. We've just got a message from Annie to everyone about the 3 dots.
That's my daughter. She's just telling
All
people
right.
how to make it so that you stay on instead of whoever's speaking.
Oh, I see. I see.
I'm round here because my technology let me down last time.
Okay, well, I'm glad we've got a ace technician on site. I think we might need her because it's all rather rusty to me now. I've painted a thing for 3 weeks or more. Okay. Let's make a start. Nice gentle start, so don't panic. I think we can safely do the sky first of all. And we don't have to worry about cutting it in round the various features because the sky is definitely a lot paler than anything else, so we can be quite liberal with our application and quite rapid as well. So what colour have we got in the sky there? Well, it's just a pale. I'll use ultramarine because it's cheaper. I think I'll wet it first. So wet it both sides so it doesn't curl up too much. I'm just going to drag my tissue across just a little bit. Let's see how this looks. I'm dragging it across and leaving a little bit of paper showing through here and there. And adding a lot more water so it just gets really pale down to the horizon. So that looks okay. Now there is a lot more cloud action in on the photograph. You don't need it. Plain sky would be fine. Now while that is still wet, I'm going to continue. Added a little bit of grey, tiny bit. Going right across with that grey. If you think you've put too much on, just take it off again with a dry brush. I'd rather it was a tad darker, so bluey grey like that. Now I'm thinking about this that headland in the distance. That is more of a greeny grey.
Tony, there almost looks like there's a headland behind that one on my picture.
Really?
Like as if there's, it looks like there's another.
You mean behind this one?
Yeah. I've got a sort of darker area, sort of parallel with the harbour wall.
Going
and
right
then
across? Going right across?
Going right across, but then going up behind the two hills.
Oh, really?
I mean, ignore it. But
Well,
that's what it looks like on my printed
I can't
picture.
see it, so I will ignore it. So I don't know if anyone else, you can make your own decision about that. So I'm just concocting a suitable colour for that headland. I'm looking around now for a bit of paper to. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway. My paper's still quite wet. I'd like it to be a little bit drier, so I'm waiting. When you spray water on both sides of the paper like I did, it does get pretty wet and it refuses to dry. Can't wait, so let's gently dry it. That's okay. So the closer headland is definitely more greeny colour. There's a little path snaking up there. Now the harbour wall is closer, so there's more colour to it, and I've added a little bit of Naples yellow. I'll leave a gap because there's the top of the walkway is paler. I just spotted a little white boat, so if you want to show that, just leave the paper showing through. I'm adding a little bit of blue to this to darken it slightly. Now there's a few vertical lines in this wall, this harbour wall. Not sure what they are. I'm taking care of that with just a dry brush. Just remove a little bit of paint here and there. So Naples yellow for the top of the harbour wall. This needs a little more work, but it's I'll wait till it dries, I'll come back to it. Now the other harbour wall is darker still. Again, there's another little boat. If there's any more boats, Natalie will be leaving the room.
She won't be the only one.
Oh dear. I'm thinking of the sea now, or the harbour. Ultramarine again, tiny bit of yellow. Quite dark here because tucked under the harbour wall, not much light there, so it's all in shadow. Adding water now to come out into the harbour proper, a little bit paler. More water. If you want to leave a few little white streaks, all to the good. Quite helpful portraying water. This is darker again. This shadow for this little harbour wall, like a boat there. So really quite pale. not too pale because it will naturally dry paler. So I've got a line of surf here, which I'm trying to create, and a shadow, a dark line under it is always a good thing. So in front of that is a line of fairly shallow water that's slightly different colour, it's more bluey colour. I'd like this shadow under the harbour wall to be darker still. So while it's still damp, this is ultramarine with a little bit of Naples, sorry, a little bit of Payne's grey. Just blend it in. So we're making this wall a little bit darker. So it's all rather vague around there. Straighten these lines up. Okay. And this closer headland, now's the time to put a bit more shading into it. Looks to be quite rocky outcrop there.
What sort of colour are you using there, Tony? Is that
This
a
this
blue?
this dark colour, yes, I've used my ultramarine, a bit of yellow, and a bit of Payne's grey. But yeah, any you could just use Hooker's green if you got it, with a little bit of sepia, anything that darkens it down a little bit, but don't overdo it. It's not very dark. Okay, and I don't want to spend too long on this. I can always come back to it. He said he's carrying on. So there's a little bit of character in this headland, but not too much. Right. Let's swing over to the other side now. Very much darker and crisper. So Hooker's green with a fair amount of raw sienna to get this warm look about the grass here. Leave some little windows plugging through for that stony outcrop. And then this, as it comes down, is just all rocks, which have been knocked around a little bit by the builder. So this is Payne's grey with a tiny bit of green in and lots of gaps. A couple of dabs here and there. Taking the same colour eye up into the distance here. So I know that's still wet and it will all merge in nicely. I think knowing what is wet and what isn't is pretty crucial for us watercolourists. Just drafting in a little brush here. I don't want to lose the paint that's in my bigger brush. Here's light red. some vegetation by the side of the steps. Bit of pale grey on the path. The green merging into it. So I don't want to leave the house behind. Let's tackle that now. I'm going to put that lichen in first. A lovely orangey colour. A little bit, a little bit of light red added. And a bit of yellow as well. So okay, it's more than I need. Sudden invasion of green. So pale grey, which I intend to darken down when it's dry. Chimney is slightly darker grey. Looks like it's also got some red brick.
quite dark grey for the gable. Taking so long to dry. Must be a damp day. So as the path comes round the corner, it's quite pale on the other side, getting darker as it comes towards us. So this is just a warm grey. May as well take this right through. A little bit of blue and a little bit of raw sienna here. Patches of paper showing through here and there. But this is just like an undercoat. It will be a lot darker later. It's sort of like there's a buried pipe going across there. It could be trouble. Buried pipes are always trouble. So I'm taking advantage of this paint on the path still being a little bit wet. So I can get the green virgin. And these are steps going down here. I've just noticed that. They're a bit dilapidated.
sharply defined against the top of the wall here. And this is not easy to get right. You got steps, and then there's like a stone buttress up against them. So I'm not confident that they're going to look like steps. I'm too worried about that. Right. So it's all dry over here now, so I can resume work on the house. Sorry to flip backwards and forwards. Sometimes you've just got to do it. So this is raw sienna and grey. I'm going to paint up against the windows. Come back to the windows later.
Sorry, Tony, what did you say for the cottage?
The
What
wall,
colour?
yes, the wall is raw sienna and grey. It's quite dark.
Thank you.
I should think any yellow and grey would do it. There's a shadow down the side of the steps. So I've added a little bit more grey there. Up here it's paler. This is more raw sienna, less grey. There's quite a lot of detail in this wall. I think this little house would be a good exercise on its own in more detail some of the time. Right now, I'm just going to paint this through. I can always come back and add darker detail. It's not so easy to paint in paler detail. Still getting a bit raw. They're a bit too yellowy, so I'm just, all I've got on my brush now is Payne's Grey, watered down. Leave a few gaps here and there. because this stonework right to the edge is quite pale. So I shall be dabbing this shortly. And giving it fair warning. And this is really dark grey for the shadow under the eaves, and then letting that filter down into the paint on the wall. Likewise down this side. Oh, I think this is dry now. There's a hint of an opening here. So now I'm removing some of this paint down here. It's a good way of creating stonework. Just got to choose the right time to do it. It's gone dry now. Do a bit of lifting out later. Always good fun. So this brown hatchway we can paint in later. Okay. It's good to take a view when it's halfway through like this. And I see that the distance is not as restrained as I was hoping. And the house needs a little bit more contrast. But it's looking okay. We've got to put some dark granulation in this path.
Tony, you've put the post on the harbour wall, but right at the end, is there a person? I don't think it's the French lieutenant's woman, but it looks like a person.
There, you mean? Oh no, you
Right
can't
on
see
the
that.
end, right on the end.
Yeah, I'm thinking you can see my cursor, but of course you can't. It could be, yes. Well, I've painted something. That could be a person. And also there's a railing to go on. More of an angle as well. Yeah, there's lots of. Oh, and there's a railing close to as well, isn't there? Just behind the house there. So there's still a bit of work to do. I think those house steps could do with the railing. It looks highly dangerous. But I love this white door. It looks like there's a rust stain coming down from the latch. So that's to come. Not sure about getting these mullions, these windows. What do they call these? Little window frame pieces. The Americans got a name for it. I can't remember what it is. Right, I don't like this. This has got to go. This is like red. This stains the paper. It's dreadful. Don't see there's much kind of colour. But it's still not right, but it'll have to do. Been using the wrong brush all this time. Thought it was a bit ham-fisted. Right. So I mean, coming back over the roof tiles or slates, the bluey grey, darker, over the top of that pale undercoat I put on. Now I can't do every individual tile. I'm just going to fudge it and a little bit of madness. Just a rapid stroke across, which works okay if you've got reasonable rough paper. If you've got smooth paper, it's not so good. That's okay. So this is fairly strong raw sienna. This hatch and its little rooftop. That looks okay. Don't often use raw sienna on its own. It's a great colour for mixing with others. A few pale streaks in this woodwork, so I'm lifting out now with a damp brush, just here and there. Just a hint is all we need. And it's got dark shadow underneath it. And down the side. Under that little cover. Couple of hinges. And down this side. Oh, don't we just love shadows? A few random stones here and there. Don't overdo it, just a hint is all you need. So I often use two brushes at once, especially when it comes to merging colours in. So you just create a hint of some cobblestones poking through the surface there. And some shadows within this grass bank. So actually a pale area in front of this hatchway, which I've not seen. So wipe that out. Put a little bit of burnt sienna in there. Now there's work to be done down here, but I don't want that to be wet when I'm working on the house. So let's make a start with some really fine work here. Not so easy. This is what Liz was doing on Monday. She'll be watching this with a critical eye. I know what she's like. Now, you might be thinking, why doesn't he just paint it black and then paint the woodwork in with a white brush? It's a fair comment, but I think this looks better.
Right. Done this badly. I've got a row of black squares missing. Never mind. Right, now this white door, it's not very white. It's pale grey.
Tony, it's Charlotte here. I'm afraid I've got to go because I've got to take the cat to the vet for her annual injection.
Okay, Charlotte.
I'll catch up with you next week.
Indeed.
Thanks, bye.
Bye-bye.
Just pay for that.
Added a little bit more water. Things have dried out a bit. Get this door nice and grubby. A little nameplate, I think, or something. All important shadows.
This is a pale blue wash. Just going to bring down the path. Darkening it a little bit. That's a sunken thing going in. It's a drain that empties into a little gully here. So I'll do it justice. Get some semblance of steps in here. Now, all this shingle. My palette is slowly going greener and greener. I've got to fight it. Because the shingles have got a definite bluey tinge. First, there's an area of the warm earth colour there. But bluey grey for the rest. Just break that line up. It's railings time. So this railing in the distance, more subdued. Bit clumsy. Waterway was just a tad bright. Give a nice line to this little boat. There's a little green fringe to this path, which is nice. Puts it into existence. There's a variety of greens here. And yellow. You don't have to be too pedantic about getting all this right. It's how it looks on your picture that's more important. It's good to bring a bit of red into the picture. Might be a bit too bright. Just tone some of these bright stones down.
These want to be very much darker. So don't waste your money on Payne's grey here. Neutral tint or just common old black will do. I don't know where this stops on the furthermost wall begins here. Dry brushes are always effective for this sort of work, but don't overdo it. Don't rely on dry brush. Treacherous. Well, I could go on and on. I think it looks okay. To get paint on my brand new mount. Just want to calm these whites down a little bit. Okay. Needs a bit more work, but I think it's good enough for now. Let's see. Oh, Tess, lovely. Ah, you see, you've gone for the angled surf.
Yes.
It's all right though. It's a nice job. Well done.
Thank you.
Oh, Lindsay, that's good and busy.
Yeah, there's a bit too much colour, I think, in some of it.
It looks yeah, the bottom right one's smoothing out a bit with a just a wet brush. Just mush all
Yes.
that together. It's hard to know what's going on there. It's just shingle, isn't it? And
Yeah.
with a bit of a growth on it, but the no, it looks nice. It's okay.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah, I'll do that. Thank you.
Vicky. Right now that I think the house needs to stand up a little bit more, Vicky. A bit more
Okay.
contrast, if possible. Just go around the shadows with a darker brush to make it jump out a bit more. And also, it does cast a fair shadow across the path. That would be nice.
Okay.
But no, nicely done.
Okay. Thank you.
Nice job. Okay, Bev. Look, now it's got your traditional watercolour look about it, which is fine. You're muted. I couldn't gauge your reaction then. Never mind.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it does look waterish.
It's nice though. Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
did nice job there.
Thank you.
Okay, Trixie. Now you got two pictures on view. Lift it up a bit, Trixie. Looks rather green, but that might be your camera. Oh, that's better. It's come more clear. Yeah, yeah. The house has got a green tinge to it, which you could. It's probably the camera, because when you took it down, then you've got a green tinge to yourself. So it's the, it's the camera. It looks good, Trixie. Okay. How did you do, Val? With trepidation. Oh, it's all right. It's nice. Nice job. Yeah, a shadow across the path from the house. It would be good. Shadows are brilliant at grounding things. You know, nothing exists, in my view. Nothing exists if it doesn't cast a shadow. Okay. How did you do it again, Liz, or were you?
Yeah, slightly different. The colours aren't as muted as it will show on the screen. So
Righto. Oh, you've done well there.
yeah, I'm not sure which one I prefer. I'll have to put them side by side.
Yeah, well, I think you probably put more work into your first one.
Yeah, I did.
More
Yeah.
studio. This has been more of a rush.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not finished, and it
Okay.
looks fine anyway. Looks
Thank
good.
you.
Oh, Janet.
Yeah.
You've got your paints, your colours out here.
Can you see it okay?
Move it back a bit, Janet, just a
That
tad.
way? No.
Yeah, I can see most of it.
Back a bit?
Yeah,
No.
you've done it really well, Janet. You always do, and you do it in your own way. It's just puddles of colour here and there. It all works nicely. Just lower it down a bit, Janet.
Is that
No, I mean keep it square onto the camera, but lower it down to the.
No, have a
No, you can't, can you?
I'm not sure. Let's see. If I hold it.
That's all right. Yes, that's good. Oh, you've done a nice job there, Janet.
Oh, thank you.
The distance looks especially good.
Oh, right.
I'm not happy with the black pile of coal on the left.
That was my tree, wasn't it?
Was it a tree? I don't know what it is. It looks a bit wicked.
Let me look on the left. Yes, it was the tree.
Yeah, you can wash that,
Right, yeah.
mute that a little bit.
Sorry, it was my fault. I thought it was a tree.
You could even crop the whole thing to get rid of that, and because the distance is quite nice.
Right. No, I was doing it as a tree. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah, when I printed it out, it looked like a tree, so it's my fault.
Right. Well, I'm suspicious about it, so
my mistake.
get rid of it. Get rid of it. Okay. Okay, Tony. Oh, nice job, Tony. Yeah. Yeah, really good.
Started off a right mess, but got better.
Things do get better usually. Sometimes they get worse, though.
Yeah, you did it right, mate.
Okay. Look. Oh, Victoria. Let's see.
Can you see?
Yes, I can see.
Okay.
I like that, Victoria. But I'm thinking that the house looks a little bit subdued, Victoria. It needs more, it needs darkening, it needs more contrast.
Yeah. I'll add to it. Yeah. Great, thank you.
And what can I see now? Anna?
Yeah.
For us? Right. That also needs the foreground with a bit more oomph. The background looks great. The foreground is rather subdued. So
Okay. Yeah. I'll add to that.
You can fix that with so quite a dark shadow down the gable and under the eaves. There's a shadow you need across the path. and generally darkening a little bit around that area.
Okay, thanks.
But it looks nice. The distance especially looks good. So Alison, let me see. I saw a glimpse. Right, you've gone the other way, and it's worked out well. Yours is all in sharp contrast, and yeah, it works. The distance looks a little bit bright and well defined.
Yeah.
But who cares? You know, it was on another day you painted yours, and that's fine.
That's okay. Thank you.
Okay, now, Kirsty, hello. How did you do? Okay, now you've got.
Nearly done.
Yes, you're breaking up badly. Try again.
I don't know what's happened really.
Oh, never mind. Right, let's see. Okay. Oh, right. Good job, Kirsty. Really good. I like that straight away. I like your slight. Now, listen to Kirsty.
Maybe it's all gone wrong. The background's all gone wrong. It was too wet.
No.
And then I got wet behind,
Listen.
so I finished it.
Okay, Kirsty. I wasn't sure what you said then, but no, bring it back.
I got left behind.
Oh, Kirsty, it was fine. What you did there, I really like. I'm not sure you can hear what I'm saying.
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you fine.
Okay, let me see it again, Kirsty. I don't know if there's a huge delay on. I like that, Kirsty. That's a nice job, and it's slightly quirky, and you've got it really well. And yeah, you should be pleased with that.
I felt the steam in the background was all gone wrong. It was too wet.
Okay. Yeah, I can only guess at what you're saying there. It was you said it was too wet, but you've made it work fairly well. Right now, Andrea, sorry. Okay, that looks jolly good, Kirsty. It's a bit blurred and tilted to one side, but I love the distance you've got there. Again, the house could have a little bit more shadow about it, and there isn't much green. Now you could come back over the green areas. Perhaps you didn't have time to do that.
No.
Let's look, Linda. Okay, now you've built some colours into yours. Quite nice.
Yeah. I haven't done this bit yet, though.
No, okay, that's
Haven't
fine.
reached yet, or
That's
whatever.
fine. Now you right. I'm just looking in the distance there. Is there something missing, or have you got it all off to one side?
No, I didn't put that mound in because I thought it looked like a Christmas pudding.
Okay, fair comment. Looks good though, Linda. Nicely done.
Right, thanks.
Okay, I'm going over the page now into unknown territory. Oh, hello, Janice.
Oh,
I
hello.
haven't seen you. Hello there. Okay. Oh, you've gone. Where's she gone? Oh, she's up there. Right. Oh, I like that, Janice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like that. You've done good there. You've got a good mixture of detail and wet in wet and the distance. You've mastered that really well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Oh yes, Barry, of course. Come on, lad. Hey, up. Hey, that's okay, Barry. You've done all right there. I like that. You've got the depth quite well from foreground to background. It works nicely, that, Barry.
That's nice, that.
It is. Don't praise him too much. Never hear the end of it.
He deserves it, that one.
There's a wide angle camera out. Right.
Muted himself.
If we're done, I'm
You
not
haven't
sure.
looked at mine.
Oh, Annie, sorry. Let's look.
It's worse than last time's. And my pile of coal's even more pile of coal-ish.
Okay, well, you've been a bit harsh on yourself. It looks all right to me. I think it looks not finished. The door, the house, which should be a prominent feature once a little bit more work and more shadow across the lane. I keep on about that. That's a vital thing. Right. Okay. I can't see anybody else waving their picture about. So I'm just going to press buttons now, see what happens. Oh, that's better. Right. Okay, let's think about next week. I've had an idea. What about this? These two little boys.
Oh, yeah.
Can you
That's
see
lovely.
Yes,
It's
I love that.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Mm.
that? And it's another Homer. We've done a few Homers. I know we shouldn't, but it's just irresistible. This.
Wasn't there a boy sitting on a boat?
Yes, that was a Homer, and
Still got that one.
we've done another one as well. I can't remember now. Okay, I think we all like this one.
It was the man fishing.
Yes, that's right. In his with his back to us and the boat sticking right up out of the water. That's right.
I like that one.
Well remembered. Anyway, let's do this next week.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Well done, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, Bev.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Annie. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. User. Who's user? Come back.
Louise.
Louise.
I don't know why it's turned to use. I have no idea. Couldn't even
Right.
get the sound to start off with at first,
Oh,
but
well.
I'm user
it's
now.
Loud and clear now. Did I see your picture, Louise?
No, you didn't, because I am way behind.
Okay,
I'll show you on I'll show you on Monday when I've finished it.
Righty-ho.
Okay, bye.
Righty-ho. So, how did you find that, Kirsty? Was that okay? No, Kirsty's...
She's shy, Caroline.
Annie, can you explain what's wrong with Kirsty?
I don't know what's wrong with her.
Can you communicate with her?
I can tell her later.
You can't you hear me?
No,
Can't you hear me?
it's breaking up badly, and I can't explain why. But I can see you very clearly. So it's
again,
a microphone thing.
Show us yours again.
I don't know what's wrong with the microphone.
Never mind. It's only it's a small problem. You can see us, we can see you. That's the main thing. You can buy little cheap mics that just plug in a USB mic, and your laptop should pick that up, or just have a little tinker with it. I don't know what to suggest.
Yeah, I'll ask my husband. He's quite good at. Well, he's very good at text stuff when I'm rubbish.
Sounds like you're gargling all the time. Right, time to go. So,
See you on Monday.
see you on Monday, Barry.
You will. Good
Bye,
night.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.